What's up, guys? It's your boy the Boom, and I am back for another video. And you can see from the few videos I post of it, I am a big fan of Stranger Things. That's one of my favorite shows. I love talking about Stranger Things. But I never did a review on each season of Stranger Things. I've never done a review on season 1, 2, or 3. I don't think I did a review on 4 either. Even though I watched season 4, and I had a YouTube channel around the same time as season 4. So I'm just gonna do a review on each Stranger Things season, how I feel about each season, a quick analysis on each season. So let's get right into a rolling intro. Season 1. Now, season 1, man, this is the beginning. This was what started it off. So I remember my nephews and family members was telling me, like, yo, we watch Stranger Things and watch Stranger. I was like, what is that? So just randomly one day I just watched it, man, and season 1 can be debated is the best season of the show. The best season. I think the heart of the show is the kids bonding and stuff. Like the kids and the teenagers doing regular stuff. And the cool monster, all that stuff is cool too, but just the kids hanging around each other is the main thing of the show. That's what makes the show pretty cool. And then the 80s nostalgia stuff. That's what makes the show really cool. Not the scientists and the monsters and stuff completely. Like, I love the characters. Mike, Will, Eleven, Dustin, and Lucas. Great, man. They all are great. And they're kid actors too, so that's just pretty shocking, man. They've had some great moments season 1. It's a shorter season. You got just that fish out of water scenario where like Eleven doesn't get humans and stuff, so she's just doing stuff that humans don't do, like the Eggo waffles and staying in Mike's house, going to school wearing the wig and stuff. Just great moments. And then when she almost dies at the end of the season's a sad moment. And then the whole drama between Steve, Nancy, and Jonathan in season 1 was all cool. Like that high school drama, all of that worked too. And I just love season 1, man. Great season. And you got the Demogorgon, learning about the Upside Down, all that stuff was cool too. How we were trying to find Will. That was a big part of season 2. Will going missing mystery. That whole mystery of where's Will, what's going on with Will. All of that was a good part of the season 2. A great part of the season. I just love season 1, man. Without that stuff, the kids and the Will storyline, I think Stranger Things, man, wouldn't be as big as it is, man. I just love the feeling, and it just feels so 80s, man. I wasn't even born in the 80s, and I feel the 80s vibe to it. So I just love Stranger Things season 1. So let's go into Stranger Things season 2. Okay, let's talk about Stranger Things season 2. Now, Stranger Things season 2 is considered the worst season of the show. It's the worst season of the show. And I'm gonna agree with that. I think this is the worst season of the show. Like I remember at first that episode 8 where like the weird gang and 11 was joining them. At first, that wasn't really a problem to me. I didn't I actually thought it was a good episode, but then over time I was like, oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. I never really liked 11's storyline of her trying to find her mom. The main problem with the season, and they start doing this way more. The main problem with this season from season 1 is they separated the characters. I was waiting for Mike and 11 the whole time. If you wanted Mike and 11 to get together and stuff this season, you will be super disappointed. That junk sucked. I remember how I felt. I was like, oh man, we need to see Mike and 11 together. Like season 1, how they was together the whole time in that house and stuff. Great moments. But season 2, they separate them so much. You only see them together like the 2 episodes. In the second last episode, they see each other for like 2 seconds. It's not. So it's really only 1 episode you see them together. And then they split up again. They meet and then they split up again. So you probably gonna get like 5 minutes of them together the whole season 2. And that's so whack. That's whack to me. And that was my favorite part. So That's what really messed up season 2. They just did the Will storyline again. I was like, okay, like, why are we doing the Will storyline again? That was the thing. Steve was the best part of the season. He stood out great, man. He went from bully to helping the kids and stuff, and they carried that on all the way to the recent season, man. He's like the hypest part of season 2. Seeing the bully turn into a good person, that's also a very good storyline. I just love that stuff. And the Nancy Jonathan stuff, I don't really care what they was doing. The Hop Hopper's cool, but he's kind of a little bit boring. I'm not gonna lie. And then you got Joyce, boring a little bit, just a little bit. So yeah, it's just the they really blew it separating the kids and stuff. Like Lucas and Dustin were around each other. Will and Mike just, I don't know what they started doing with Mike, man. Mike, Will, and Levin and stuff was just all separated, and that just really sucked. I think they messed it up with that. And then you got Billy and Max, two new characters, and Bob. Bob was cool, and Billy and Max were cool, but I'm so mixed on their characters in season 2, man. I'm so mixed, because it's like Max didn't really add anything in season 2. It just was like, she's there, okay, new girl, she's there. And then Billy was a bully, a crazy bully too. He was pretty crazy, but they show like he isn't like he also is had his own problems. And I wish they would have just went more into detail with some of that stuff. He just, the whole season was kind of messed up and mean. So I think they just didn't do his storyline perfectly yet. And I think season 3 fixes it way more. But I wish season 2 would have did a little bit more to help Billy and Max too. I wish we just learned a little bit more about them in season 2. But maybe it just wasn't the purpose. It was for season 4 and season 3, because we get a lot more about those two characters. But yeah, season 2 is the worst season. But even though it's the worst season, it's still a fun season. I don't care what you say. It's still some 80s nostalgia, the Ghostbusters Halloween stuff, and there's great moments in season 2. Season 2 is still a good season. It just is the worst out of the 4 seasons. So yeah, let's go to season 3 now. Season 3 of Stranger Things. Now, this season is now considered, some people think this is the best season. Some people think season 4 is the best season. Some people think season 1 is the best season. And I'm so mixed on season 4 and season 1. But season 3 is not the best season. But I love season 3 though. Season 3 brought Stranger Things back a little bit. They made up for season 2's mistake. They actually had the gang together. They actually had the kids hanging out with each other. I thought that was a great thing they did. They had Steve doing his thing again in season 3, hype stuff. The Russian storyline kind of sucks. That's the problem, that they should just kept it in Hawkins and with the Demogorgon and stuff. I think they should have stayed away from the Russian storylines and all of that. That was a problem. And then you got the whole thing with yeah, then Steve and Dustin and stuff was separated from the group, the main group. That kind of sucked. Hopper Joyce was separated from the kids and stuff. That also sucked. But you had the main kids together: Eleven, Lucas, Will, Mike, Max. You had all of them together, and I thought that was good enough for the group in Hawkins. So they should stop separating the characters so much. But still a really great season. And the Demogorgon was good this season. They kind of play it safe this season. Like, the Demogorgon attack, something from the 80s that's popping. And that's kind of what they do this season. So it's a little bit like, okay, I've seen this before. They're just using the 80s to get people interested. This time, they did a really good job. That mall was a great attraction. Like, Ghostbusters was season 2. And I'm not really sure what season 1 what they did, but Ghostbusters Halloween Ghostbusters stuff was season 2, and then the mall was season 3. This was it felt prime 80s, like all of that, the musicians, the mall, all of that. That mall really felt like you was there in the 80s, and they just did a really good job with the vibe with season 3. That's my favorite thing, just the sets and stuff, how it looks. Back to the Future, seeing Back to the Future and all of that stuff was really fun, and the Scoops Ahoy and all of that stuff. It just felt like you was there back at that time. I love season 3. Felt like the 80s season. The group was sort of together this time. Billy's storyline, they actually, you learn his backstory and stuff. It's like, okay, I learned more about him. And it's sad he died at the end of the season. So, season 3, is a good season. Overtime, I really like it. I'm like, okay, I like this season. It's good. You get to see everybody and stuff. So yeah, I love season 3. And the scene with Steve and Robin, the coming out scene for Robin, I love that scene. That's a great scene. It just feels so realistic. I don't know how it was in real life at the time, but people coming out and stuff seemed like it was a hard thing to do. I just love that scene. Love the scene, and I love season 3. So let's go to season 4. Season 4 of Stranger Things. Now, this season, man, is my favorite season. My favorite season of Stranger Things is season 4. I love season 4. I just rewatched it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I love season 4. The worst part of season 4 is the California storyline. They separated the characters again. And the California people get done dirty. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting in California looking for 11 the whole time. And then they go on that filler story going after Dustin's girlfriend in a whole nother state. And it's like, this is all over the place. This is a wild storyline. And then 11 training was a cool moment. It's kind of like you got to be patient and watch. It's a good moment. And the Hawkins people is goated. I don't care what you say. The Hawkins people, Steve, Dustin, they just figured out all the characters. They got to do more stuff. The season 4, Max really said, whoa, you learn way more about her character. She's great. She's amazing in season 4. You learned a lot more about her. And I think season 2 didn't say nothing because season 4 was the season that we were going to learn more about her. The villain, Vecna, banger villain, great villain. And how his powers work, invading people's bodies and killing them. He was just amazing. My favorite part of season 4 is how long the episodes was. They really treated us this time. Like the 2-3 years we waited for this season to come out, it felt worth it because those episodes were so long. And then they released 2 more episodes a month later, maybe 2 months later. I hope it was a month later, but yeah, they just treated us long episodes. It felt like the story just was going on forever. I loved it, man. The Hawkins crew was so good this season. Steve became a goated character, and then they wrote the greatest. I have his shirt, man. I have his shirt. The Hell's Fire Club, man. Eddie, man, one of the best characters. I think the reason people love him so much, and that's why he's my boy, one of my favorite characters. It's like he doesn't care what you think about him, and he's himself, and I think that's why people like him so much. He's one of the top characters. He might be my favorite character. He just was really cool. He kind of took Steve's spot for a second. And he's a brand new character. That's the crazy thing. And then I forgot her name, but the first girl Vecna does the thing too. The scene with him and Eddie was just a great scene. That scene where she and Eddie are bonding in the forest, and what's her name? Chrissy, man, just a great character, man. She was great. Eddie was great. Vecna was great. They figured out more about Levin's powers, all that stuff. Mike got done dirty again. He was barely in the season. They got to figure out what they want to do with Will's brother, Jonathan. They got to figure out what to do with him. He has been all over the place. He's been bad like the last 3 seasons. But he's not bad, but he's just there. He's just there, man. He's just there. Steve was a banger. He's just one of the best characters there. Now, the Russian storyline was fun, but sometimes it felt like this is a lot. Like, they're going to Russia and fighting Russians and stuff. It was like, that's kind of crazy. But I just love season 4, man. Banger season. All the seasons are great. Great effects, great acting, great visuals. I know it's the same thing sort of as effects, but great storylines, great villains, great sad moments, great happy moments, great vibes, great 80s, all of it. Stranger Things is just a great show, man. I appreciate it, and I just love this show. I'm ready for season 5 so bad, man. I just can't wait I'm just waiting for it, man. I'm so hyped. So tell me how y'all feel about Stranger Things, and I'll see you on the next video. Anime Boom, my peace.